4 new heroes in less than 30 days. Yeah, that's exactly what we wanted, Top War, as if it wasn't hard enough to 5-star one hero. Well, anyway, allow me to introduce Kung Fu Panda. Oh, there's also a girl on its back called Mei. Oh boy, we got a doozy of a bio today. Alright, Mei likes her family, but particularly her grandpa, her panda Zhong Zhong, also known as JJ, and the bamboo forest where they live. These are the 3 most significant things in her life. Unfortunately, poachers did kill JJ's parents, and were ready to capture JJ, however, Mei's grandpa intervened. Mei has learned Kung Fu from her grandpa, and somehow JJ has also learned Kung Fu from Mei, while drinking, eating, and being with Mei. We have a legit Kung Fu Panda. That was no joke. Agents from the SAND organization, the Security and National Defense, encountered Mei and convinced her to join the League of Freedom to help fight against the Dark Empire in hopes to create strong alliances with the Eastern powers. Moving on to Mei's exclusive skill, Bamboo Dance. Her exclusive skill only works with army units. The first part of it is you are able to increase the HP of your army units by up to 30.7% at the beginning of the battle, and whenever your army units attack, there's a chance that they'll trigger a proccable ability that'll attack 2 random targets in the back row for 100% damage at max stats. This will also trigger those units to be vulnerable for 20%, resulting in the next attack against them to deal additional damage. The artwork here makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable, and I cannot be the only one. But her equipable exclusive skill, like other heroes, has additional abilities at level 3, 5, and 7. Under normal circumstances, she increases the percentage HP you get, as well as the percentage of the damage she deals for her exclusive skill. But at level 3, you're able to get an all-unit attack increase of 30%. At level 5, you're able to get an all-unit damage increase of 3% compared to the normal 2% we've been getting, or the 1% from Piedmont. I think she stole extra percent from Piedmont. But of course, she doesn't have to be in battle for this damage increase to take effect. And then at level 7, she's able to give an all-unit damage decrease of 15%, as well as increasing the effect of her vulnerability by 10%, so you'll make units vulnerable for 30% instead of 20%. Moving on to Mei's strengths and weaknesses, I'll start off with her weaknesses. I don't think she's going to be a particularly hard-hitting hero. For example, she hits 2 targets for 100%, so we can say she deals 200% damage, and she operates a lot like Precious. However, Precious is able to hit 3 targets for about 140%, resulting in 420% damage, so Mei is going to deal about half the damage that he does, depending on their proc rates. And of course, since she relies heavily on her defense instead of her war, that also results in her dealing reduced damage, and she's probably going to need to be paired with some offensive heroes. But going to her strengths, I think Mei is going to be a very good defensive hero. Like I said, she relies heavily on her defense, so you get a lot of HP from that, as well as the HP from her exclusive skill. And if you manage to get her exclusive to level 7, that 15% damage decrease is absolutely ridiculous. But Mei is also going to be a great hero for anybody who wasn't here or didn't get Optimus Prime during the Transformers event. Optimus Prime has become an almost must-have hero for most army mains, and I think Mei would be a good substitute for anybody who doesn't have him. Mei is also going to be great with people who need to round out their offensive march with a little bit of survivability, especially since all players are soon going to have access to 3 hero marches. As far as the skills that I would recommend on Mei, I would go with your standard PvP skills. You'll want her exclusive as high a level as you're able to make it, as well as a damage increase, attack increase, and a march size increase. If you've unlocked 5th skill, maybe throw a common march size increase or a damage decrease on there. Looking at the perks, since she's exclusively an army hero, you're going to go all unit attack and HP, as well as army attack and HP. I'm very curious to see what people do with Mei in the next few weeks. She seems to be a very solid hero, but she doesn't come off as a game-breaking hero, and I'm very happy to see that. I hope Top War continues to release heroes that are well-balanced. I'd like to see that to some of the other branches, but army right now, it's very interesting because Army doesn't seem to have a clear-cut march. This is absolutely what's best. It really depends on what you're doing and what your style of play is, what your priorities are, because a lot of the heroes that they've gotten lately are very solid heroes, but not necessarily game-breaking heroes, and I'm very happy to see that. I hope Top War continues releasing heroes like that, but of course I won't hold my breath. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. But I would definitely like to welcome Mei, and more importantly, Kung Fu Panda to Top War. But let me know what you guys think of Mei in the comments below. I really had to sit down and think about how I feel about her, where she fits into the game, her strengths and weaknesses. What have your experiences been with her so far? What are your first impressions? And while you're down there, please don't forget to drop a like. Thank you to everybody who subscribed, and of course, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And as always, have a fantastic day. I just realized her exclusive skill hits the back row because no one pays attention to the panda, and the panda knows Kung Fu. Get that good boy a dumpling.